Jim Porter is the founder and creator of MyStressTools. I mentioned MyStressTools in my presentation. It's a resource we brought on for you to help you learn about stress, just like it says, MyStressTools. There's webinars, videos, podcasts. What we're doing in incentive program, we want you to get in there and learn some of that stuff, utilize some of those resources. And we want you to so bad that we're going to provide you an incentive, right, Jim?
Right.
Okay. And he's going to tell you more about it.
You ready?
Yes.
Oh, I guess you are ready. Here I am. Okay. Wow, that answers that question. Hi, everybody. I appreciated that shout out at the beginning of the program today with Jeff. I sort of take responsibility for discovering Jeff. He's a great guy, and lives about a half an hour away from where I live here in Connecticut. So, anyway, I just wanted, and Jeff is on the platform. He's one of the resources that you'll be able to access when you go on MyStressTools. And Rhonda will be able to explain when I'm done how you can get access to the platform. I'm not exactly sure how that works. It's different in every organization. But for now, I'm just going to kind of take you to the platform and show you. Let me just make sure I've got the sound. And I'll share my screen and pull up MyStressTools. So here we are. There we go. So Rhonda, I can do this in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. How do you want to handle this?
Give me 10 minutes.
All right, great. Okay. So before I dive into you can, when you go on this and you do the different and you engage with the different resources, every time you engage with the resources, you're going to get certain number of points for doing that. So, but I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour of what's on here, all the things you can do and the reasons why you'd want to go on here without getting any prizes, because there's so many cool things to do. It's a little bit like the app that Calm, which a lot of people are familiar with, because you can go on here and watch a relaxation video. You can go to any one of dozens of different national parks across the country and just hang out for 5 or 7 minutes and just chill out when you're kind of getting stressed out during the middle of the day, when you have a little break. But there are many, many different things you can do on the platform. So that's just, this is Acadia National Park. Here, I'll play about a minute of it so you get a feel for what destination relaxation is all about. So if you've never been to Acadia National Park, well, now you have a little feel for what that's like. And that's really, you can hang out at Yosemite National Park or Sequoia National Park or Arches, which is in Utah. So lots of different places you can go and just check it out. So that's in the video section. And that's destination relaxation. If you want to just hang out on a beach and listen to the waves come in, you can do that. If you want to watch a mindfulness video with a psychologist who will guide you through a mindfulness exercise, you can do that here. You can learn a lot about behavioral change here in this section. These are videos we made with Dan Goleman, who wrote the books on emotional intelligence. Programs on stress. We've got little 10-minute yoga classes you can do, learn how to use a foam roller, exercises you can do sitting right at your desk. And I love these little, when you're kind of feeling cranky at 3 o'clock or achy at 3 o'clock, just watch one of these little uh, yoga chair yoga videos. And this one's just a minute long. And I invite you all to participate with this. It's amazing. Every time I watch this, I just feel better. And it's only 1 minute.
Stretch. Bring your hands to rest easily on your knees. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest up towards the ceiling, let the shoulders fall open. As you exhale, draw your navel, your belly button to the spine as you begin to round and curve. Continue. Inhale, lifting the sternum upwards. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, you might sense that you're falling back off of your sitting bones. Inhale and lift the sternum. And exhale and return to your seated yogic posture.
Now, how many people, tell me in the chat, how many people are feeling better? It's amazing. And there's 14 different ones that you can do in just a minute or two. So there's lots of, this was really designed for people in the workplace so you could do little 5-minute quick things without, when you need a little break during the day. Here's where you can keep track of your stress on a daily basis. Here's where you can take a stress test and find out how you're doing in 10 really important areas. Do you feel like you're in the driver's seat of your life? Do you have enough social support? How much change are you going through? How well do you deal with financial stress, time pressure, worry, fear, anger? Do you have any symptoms of stress right now? This is really important to know. Do you have any outlets for managing stress? And how resilient are you overall? And it only takes about 15 minutes to go through this stress test. You'll get a little article, but you'll also see how you're doing. Let's say you want to know how you're doing with time pressure. You just go in here. You've got 10 questions you're going to have to answer. I'm not really thinking about my answers. I just want to show you how easy this is. And you make your answers, and you hit save and continue, and you're going to get a little summary page on how you did in that section. Now, if you see a red box up here, that means you scored high and your stress is high. If you see a green box, your stress is low and your score is low. Yellow is in between. And just to show you what happens when you've done all 10 sections, you'll go to this section, and at a glance, you can see, oh, okay, this is how I'm doing in all these different sections. So really important piece. I really recommend that people go in here and you'll see how well you're handling your stress. So let me just take you, let's see, I'm figuring I got about 6 more minutes, Rhonda. Is that okay? Okay. I think she said yes, but I didn't hear her. So anyway, here's where you can keep track of your stress. This is really important to do. Journaling is all we're asking you to do is go in here for a week or two and just write down every little thing that happens to you. I'm not every little thing, but anything that stresses you during the day. And you can do this on your phone. And so I typically, when I make an entry, in other words, when I'm demonstrating this for people, I always write the same entry: got stuck in traffic. But point being, you really don't have to write much more than that, but you do need to think about, well, what is that an example of? Well, we're going to call that time pressure. But, if you got in an argument with your spouse, well, that would be family or relationship problems. If you were working, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, that might be a work-life balance problem or a job stress problem. So I'm going to save that. And there it is, entered in. That's today's date. That's my note. And what's really cool about this, because we categorize the stressor, you start to see where your stress is coming from. And once you see that, wow, look at all these examples of time pressure, that I really need to think about how I can deal with time pressure. And really, there's one simple answer to that problem, and that is always building in extra time for things that take longer than you think. And that solves that problem across the board. So moving through the platform, there's a brain training section. That's where we're teaching people about cognitive restructuring and how the role your thinking plays in every single stressful experience that you have. Here you have relaxation techniques in the audio section. You can listen to webinars on meditation, podcasts on best-selling authors, by best-selling authors, and the Q&A section. This is where we interview people like Dan Goldman and ask him, like, what is it that stresses you out, and what's your favorite relaxation technique? And then down here, this is something that's really important, I think, and that is these are 2 minute a day, 30-day programs that you can do. All you have to do is devote 2 minutes a day, and you can learn about resilience, wellness, mindfulness, behavior change, diet and nutrition, personal sovereignty, which is sovereignty over your own nervous system. And here's where you can hang out with Jeff Gardier for 30 days, and he'll guide you through a program that'll help you with burnout and return you to a balanced life. How to get a good night's sleep. I know you've had Brian Luke Seward in the past in these programs, and this is where you can hang out with him and learn about getting a good night's sleep. So, and then this is a kind of a, what do I like to call this? Taking somatic action is really in the same way that if you've ever taken a yoga class and you go in stressed and you feel relaxed at the end of the hour, well, taking somatic action is following that same path where we're teaching people how to relax your body, which in turn will relax your mind. So start with the body, and then the mind follows what the body does. So that's an overview of the site itself. Let me go back to the homepage, and I can show you what this Calm and Collect incentivization feature looks like. So here is where you're going to keep track of your points. So every time you do something on the site, you'll get a point, whether it's watch a 5-minute video or take one of the sections of the stress profiler or keep track of your stress. Every time you do something, you'll get a point. And once you have at least 10 points, you can turn those in for rewards right here. And Rhonda knows that there's a specific schedule for redeeming your reward points. So don't miss out on that schedule. But these are just some of the things that you can redeem your rewards points for. So Rhonda, that covers everything that I wanted to cover.
Thank you, Jim.